Chery have been described, or could be described, as the new kids on the block in the South African motoring and car market. But they've certainly created a stir in a very, very short time. We're forgetting the history. We're talking about the new Chery that launched late last year. And this is the third model they've launched in South Africa so far, the Tiggo7 Pro. I almost think it could have been called the 6 because it falls so nicely between the 4 and the 8 that it would have made sense in a way. But it doesn't matter. It does still fall between the 2, and that's very, very important. You've got the very distinctive Chery grille over here, honeycomb grille. You can see it, it's very clear. You've got LED headlights, important, with a turning function built into them. All very neat. You've got daytime running lights, obviously underneath the headlights over there. It's a distinctive looking car, and it looks pretty good on the road. You can see it's got a presence on the road. I'd like to use that term. Also, obviously, in this pearl white color with the metallic in white, it looks very good. Contrasting black roof with panoramic sunroof. All these features you'd expect from a medium SUV in today's market. The cladding, of course, has to be there around the wheel arches, down and at the bottom of the doors, etc., etc. And you come to nice large 18-inch mag wheels over here as well. They look the part. It's a pretty long vehicle, as you can see, and the vehicle's locking and unlocking because obviously I'm standing outside, but don't worry about that. You can see it has just keyless entry and exit as well, all very useful. I'm messing it around a little bit now, so let me just unlock it like that. I want to just show you the rear door quickly now and the rear seat while we are here, and just bring the camera around. You can see driver's seat as always set for myself. Good space in the rear, leather trim, nice counter stitching, and you can see in the center over there air conditioning controls for the rear seat and a single USB below that. So only one USB for the back, but I think we could live with that, and I don't think it is that serious. It does help and it does show. You can see very, very neat detailing throughout, and just overall the standard of finish certainly is excellent for this class of vehicle. And don't ever forget we'll come to pricing just now, because that is so crucial. We head round the rear. You can see the large, very wide C-pillar over here effect behind the rear door, and the chrome trimming, just extra trimming, extra brightness on the vehicle. Remembering that this is the executive model, because you get 2 models in the range, the distinctive and the executive, and this is executive. You pop over here, press for the powered rear hatch, and a feature I really do like is underneath here, for a change, we have a full-size spare wheel. Nice touch. So many cars don't have full-size spare wheels. Very nice size boot over here. You can see it's about the 500-litre mark, and obviously you can drop the rear seats 2/3, 1/3. That makes a difference as well. So it's features like that that you do want to take into account. An interesting feature as well that I won't show you now, but just to mention to you, is the rear tailgate. I've just closed it with the power, but if you stand at the back for long enough and the car detects you standing there and you've got the key in your pocket or your bag, it actually pops it open automatically without you pressing anything. So if you're loading parcels, you've got a lot of shopping, it'll do it for you automatically. You can see the 2 large exhausts at the sides there, because the Tiggo7 Pro is powered by, interestingly, the same motor as the Tiggo 4. It's the 1.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol turbo, 108 kilowatts, 210 Newton meters of torque, all to the front wheels through a 9-step CVT automatic transmission. And that's what you're looking at over here. On the road, smoothness. A little bit bumpy on occasions, but could be because the 18-inch wheels on here as well. I'm not 100% sure. But beyond that, the power is there, the smoothness is there, the comfort is there. This 9-speed, 9-step CVT is absolutely seamless. I have not noticed a gear shift, a gear change at any stage while driving this car, I can tell you that. And it just somehow gets on with it, does the job unbelievably smoothly. I think that's what counts. Overall, I'm still in eco mode. I really just don't see the need for the sport mode in the car unless you're really in a hurry, or if maybe you're heading through some twisties on a mountain pass or something like that. I can't see any other time that you would really need the sport mode, because I believe the power delivery is more than adequate, more than good enough in every circumstance in this vehicle. In any case, it just seems to make no difference at all. So quite honestly, I don't see that you need to. And here we are at a robot now behind a car, and you can see what the screen is doing over there. It's just quite fascinating to me. You see the cars going past in the other direction. It almost feels like you're a hovercraft floating over there. That's what it looks like to me. Just fascinating. It goes off obviously as your speed increases. But just overall, the space is good, the comfort is good, the spec level is exceptional. I'm trying very hard to find any fault I can find with this car. And quite honestly, for the money, I just can't. It's really as simple as that. Moving in behind the wheel as always, and here's where we start, showing you the instrumentation. Of course, it is a TFT screen. You can see, you can scroll through, you can change, you can do all these things. I'm not going to show you too much of that now because I want to show you the crucial figure, of course, across there. And I want to just tell you, note the fact that this car's only got 2,000 kilometers on the clock. So it is still a new engine, and we know for a fact that Chery, they are heavier on fuel when they're new. We found that out. They do get a lot better as time goes by. So I didn't reset the trip meter when I started this test, I'll tell you that. And it was showing 9.9 as the actual fuel consumption across there. I've driven it for a week and it's down to 9.1, which means I've probably achieved about the 8 mark or the low 8s, which is not bad at all considering that 108 kilowatts and 210 Newton meters of torque. So I think that's a pretty good figure, quite honestly. But the instrumentation is pretty comprehensive. It can give you everything. You can scroll. And of course, on your steering wheel, you've got your cruise control. You've got everything on that side. And you've got, of course, sound system controls on this side. All standard. You know what to expect. Down here, you've got a few buttons, again, for popping the boot and other things like that. So they all are there. You know they're present and correct. I'm not going to show you too much of that right now. Come across to, of course, the 12-inch screen you have over here. And I want to spend a bit of time on the screen right now because this is really a nice function. I'm going to pop the car into reverse because then you will see something pretty interesting. You've got a really good reverse camera. You've got the overhead camera. But you also, if you do that, you go to 3D view and look at that. You get that 3D view of the vehicle, which is really a fascinating one. And if it's in this mode, when you stop at a robot, for example, it shows you a car, but it also shows you around you. Cars around you, it also shows people approaching around you. And I think that's so important. You can also show a front wide view or rear wide view if you want those as well. So they're all there. It's really nice, and it's a really, really good camera system. I'm impressed by it. You come down below that, and you've got all your buttons over here, and there's, for example, the home button for your screen. It won't work because I'm in reverse. Let me put the car back into park, for example, and there's your home for your screen. You know what it's about. You know all the functions you can get. I don't think I need to show you. And of course, phone, there's your camera mode I showed you a moment ago. And over here, a button I didn't even use on this entire test is the mode button for sport mode. You have two modes in this car only, eco or sport. And I'll be honest with you, I've left it in eco the entire test right now. It's been more than powerful enough, more than adequate as far as I'm concerned. But while we're here, let's just have a look at the leather effect on the dashboard, the stitching, etc., etc. This really feels and looks like a car in a different class. It's really interesting. You come down below and you have your next screen, or your secondary screen as people would term it, which gives you your whole ventilation, air conditioning system and all the controls for it. And very interestingly, it's not only touch. If you have a look just below there, on either side you've got temperature because it is a dual zone, or fan speed for passenger on that side, driver on that side of the gear lever. So those are their little switches, work nicely, that you can set. For example, if I just now press the temperature one and you look, if we can get the screen there, you can just pop the temperature. It shows you on the main screen as well while you're about it. So there you go, easy as that. And I can fiddle with the fan speed as well. But that's going to affect the microphone, so let me not do that. But I think you get the impression I'm giving you. You've got the gear lever over here. It's the push-pull, as I like to call it. You do have a manual if you really want to use that. And it just, you can click it over to a manual system over there. Easy, simple, but quite honestly, I don't see where you would bother using it. You've got an auto electronic parking brake, and of course you've got a hill hold function over there as well. They're all there. You've got this very glossy black trim on the center console. It looks good. It certainly feels nice, but one has to wonder about fingerprints and scratches in time as it goes along. You've got a slot over here for your cell phone, and it holds it quite nicely. Cup holders, of course, and then you've got your armrest, and inside there you do have two USBs. So again, I think that's pretty neat and gives you what you need when you need it, and that's always the important function and factor. I've shown you the extra USB in the back. Now, of course, one of the features of Chery is their voice activation system. So let's try it out for you and show you exactly how it works.
Yes, I'm here.
Open the roller blind on the sunroof.
All right, opening.
And there you go. As easy and simple as that. And look at this really large panoramic roof, which of course the front section you can pop open using the buttons over here. And very simply, I can do it quickly for you and show you. And there you go. And the roof opens. Nice big opening as well. Simple as that. But the voice activation on this car, I want to just play with it a little bit more because it gives you other features as well. Just maybe focus on the screen for the aircon system. And let me press the button on the steering wheel.
Stop. Say that again.
I'm cold.
Got it. Increasing the temperature in all areas to 21 degrees.
And it's as simple as that. Can you believe it can also open windows? It can do various functions. I haven't even discovered exactly how many functions it can perform using this voice activation system. But it really is good and it works nicely. You've got lots of other things. You've got push button stop start. I've mentioned you've got keyless entry and keyless go. It's got all those features. Now, what I do want to discuss quickly is you've got two models in the range. I said earlier, you've got Distinction and you've got Executive. We're in the Executive. Now, how do I know that? Well, first off, the panoramic roof. Dead giveaway, isn't it? Whether you want that or not is up to you. But much more important to me is the Executive version adds a lot of extra safety spec. What am I talking about? Well, you go from 4 airbags to 6. Okay? That's interesting but not essential. But it's got the, what some people call ADAS system, Advanced Driving a safety system. That gives you, for example, lane keep assist or lane keep warning. It gives you, more important, it gives you forward collision warning and active braking, plus active cruise control. Now, those are features that in my world I deem really, really important. And they make such a big difference in my world and in my belief of safety. Advanced, the forward collision warning and the braking, the electronic autonomous automated braking systems, to me, one day, I hope and I pray they will be standard on every car sold. Don't you think that would be wonderful? Because that would really make a difference to our accident levels and injury levels in this country, let alone anywhere else. But of course, they cost more money, don't they? But I think when I tell you now, which I'm going to, the pricing on this car, you'll understand why I say this one, the executive, should be the default choice. The distinctive is 409,900 Rand. Can I call it 410? For that safety, and only for the safety, you jump from 410 to 445 for the executive version. That's the difference. 35,000 Rand. And you get all that extra safety, and maybe, if you feel like it, the panoramic roof, which some manufacturers are charging up to 30,000 Rand for on its own. So the Cherys already, we all know, are bargain priced, an incredible value for money. And then you throw in that little difference for all that extra safety spec. To me, sorry, no-brainer on the executive version. My feeling, your bank manager may say differently. I can't comment on that, but that's an easy one to discuss. You also obviously get a 5-year warranty, and you get a 5-year service plan with the car. And don't forget, Chery also offer you the 10-year warranty, 10-year, 1 million kilometer warranty on the engine if you are still the first owner. Those are all features that you're not getting anywhere else in the market at the moment. A 10-year, million kilometer warranty, that's for sure. Competitors in this kind of category, forget price range, but this kind of category, there are so many, I'm not even going to start to mention. Medium-sized family SUVs, you know how many are available and how many choices you can make. You want to go with the relatively new? That's the question. Only you can answer for yourself. But all I can tell you is, driving this car as a new car, and I stress as a new car, driving it for a week, what a pleasure, especially when I think of the value for money on this purchase price. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.